Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'm back again on the new vibe and other channels, Clubhouse and LinkedIn. Yeah, we are continuing our tip a day on wellness. We reached the end of third week. Today is the 15th day. Uh, we talk about ventilation today. That's an important consideration. Yeah, for me, especially here in Iowa, this river city we have these old factories that they produce pretty bad odor and bad smell, but now they have controlled it. When I first came in here, 1995, it was awful. The air was very awful, and this is known to be the bronchitis country of the part of the country. A lot of coughs, a lot of upper airway infections, a lot of bronchitis. That used to give us a lot of patients coming into the clinic, and even though we have a big reception room, I don't call it waiting room, I call it a reception area. That has big windows by my choice because I designed the clinic, I built it myself, with the help of the contractors, but brand new building. But then, because of the regulations, because of the weather conditions, we had these windows which we cannot open, and they have the shutters inside the window, right? So we kind of enjoyed the light and everything, but we cannot open them. And a lot of people used to come and stay there, and they're coughing before their turn comes to be seen. They had this lot of cough, and they produce a lot of germs into the air. And then many of my employees, including myself, we used to get sick at least once a season, right? Then one thing I did in the clinic is HVC, HVAC system, which is kind of cleans all the air and then spits it out and then brings the good air. That used to be there. I had some 8 exam areas, so I had to put all the system in all the exam rooms wherever the patients are going to be. And then we were also seeing kids too for general complaints. So I put a one room really away from everybody else, and also there is a room where we do the women's health. So that also we used to save, keep it separate. But still, a lot of it infected with all these patients coming in. The infection circulated among the employees and among the patients and all that. So that was something I didn't really want to see. I always told my patients to do certain things. Open windows and doors if the weather permits you. That's something. But even when it was cold, we used to allow them to open doors and windows and put the exhaust fans in the bathrooms. We had two bathrooms. All the clinic is one A, one level, right? And then we kindly put in some exhaust fans to make sure the air, fresh air comes in, and then all the polluted air goes out. And we also wanted to use air purifiers in the peak of winter. I had an air purifier in my room. I had an air purifier in the exam rooms too. That helped everybody. And yeah, of course, we enhanced the mechanical ventilation. Like I told you, we used to do that filters, which are very, very good for that, right? HVAC filters that helped a lot. And then we had some plants, indoor plants, that really helps us to get more, oxygen out and carbon dioxide to the plants and all that. And then regular maintenance, make sure that ventilator systems are regularly checked and then maintained with good filters. We change them very much. All this just because we are threatened with these infections from the patients, right? Um, I had a good experience with the ventilated facilities while I was growing up in India because Our school, which was newly built, and I got enrollment in there, the teacher quality is very good, and they just began to construct it. It's not like here, people may not have a lot of money, so they built up the foundations, built up the walls, and put up the roof, plaster by the sheets, right? And then they left the windows and doors open. We enjoyed very good air because they're a tropical country. But when it rained, it is rained so much, then they used to tell us, go home, right? So we used to go home. But then, rest of the year, we really enjoyed the weather very much. The same thing happened to my college too. The pre-medical, they constructed a new college at the edge of the town, in the middle of the rose gardens and turmeric fields and all that. Beautiful to look at, and we enjoyed that too for 2 years, right? And it so happened when I wanted to construct my clinic, it was given to me in the middle of a bean field. So we had to sell the beans to somebody and then put the building. But then surrounding us, still a lot of deer, a lot of cornfields, all those are there. So even now, in my backyard, the farmer will have a cornfield. So we enjoy a lot of good air in good weather. Okay, but most of the time it is all sealed because of the cold, right? But otherwise, we employ the same things: air filters, HVAC filters, and the exhaust system, and all that. Why this is so important is the air that we are breathing in is already polluted a lot. But if you don't employ these kind of measures, obviously you are breathing polluted air, which is not good. That's common sense. But do people do that deliberately and with attention to that? That's why we have to tell them. Actually, EPA does these surveys about air, how safe the air is in your neighborhood. So they do have this flag system, where if it is really bad, that particulate, we call it, that is the consistency of the air with a lot of dirt and other particles, that is dense. If it is really bad, then they will say it has no humidity and all that. Then they will say don't go and work outside for the elderly, right? But if it is that's a red flag. But if it is okay, they will give you green flag. So I used to advise my asthma patients, COPD patients, congestive heart failure patients, most of the elderly patients, right? They like to go and work in the yard because they like to be active and they like to feel good, and they also have something worthwhile to doing, and they have the sense of independence. So many things involved in that, right? So they used to go there, and sometimes the relatives will come and complain to me that this person is not able to really do anything properly. She's getting very short of breath, but still persisting of working there. So they are afraid that she may have a heart attack and she may collapse there, like that, right? So I used to give them the system, epa.gov. The website is this, epa.org/air now, AIRNOW, air now. If you check that in your neighborhood, you put your PIN code, then you will get the report, either it is safe to go out and then do it or not. Uh, Lately, in major cities, capital cities like Peking, like New Delhi, like Tokyo, New York, or Washington, they have a real concern about the air, right? Especially if you stay in some thing like in New Delhi, they had these farmers burning the roots. They don't really dispose properly, and it's too much expense for the government, I believe, to modernize that. So the left is like that, and these people are burning all the stuffs of the crop before they put the new crop, and they produce tremendous pollution, and that is really smogging. All that, we have observed the other day from Canada, it was blowing with lots of bad air, right? With the smoke and all that. That's not good at all. So this is not like an outlandish some claim, but this is real. Our air is being polluted, and there are so many politics in there. The companies get some green signal from the, because they don't need so much money for these politicians. So politicians don't think that's an immediate concern. But for somebody who is having asthma, for example, or lung disease due to smoking, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, we call it COPDs, right? And these people, um, some people are emphysematic, some people are bronchitic, right? The emphysematic, especially if you have a polluted air, the polluted goes into the alveolar surface where oxygen carbon dioxide exchange happens, and when they take a breath, more of this uh, toxic gases are retained, and then they don't come out, right? So it's a concern, it's a serious thing. So try to open the doors and windows more often, try to exhaust fans, try to do the filters and plants, and all those things are very valid suggestions, simple normal things that you could do, right? So that is the day 15th tip: ventilation. Try to pay attention to it. Indoor plants are pretty good idea. Okay, you can have few of them so that your air is cleaned by them. That's a wonderful thing to have. So I love to see that in more apartments, more houses. It may need some maintenance. Somebody has to take care of them, but that it could be very relaxing to you too, taking care of the indoor plants, right? So So this series, I wonder how this is going with you. Are you having any information coming to you because of these tips that I'm giving on wellness? I do talk about proactive wellness, corporate wellness, and also wellness for some different age groups. And of course, my system is yoga system, which keeps me well. But beyond yoga, I go to the Vedanta philosophy, which is deeper than yoga system, and which is really ultimate in Indian philosophical system, Advaita Vedanta, right? That is non-dual Vedanta. Okay, that's a knowledge system that came from thousands of years ago. The texts they're called Upanishads. Upanishads are given so much value that they should be saying that we shouldn't call AD and BC, we should be calling before Upanishads, after Upanishads. That much value in the consciousness scientist circle. This goes on very well. So apart from all the deeper thinking, deeper aspects of it, simple things like what I'm presenting here, if you can do them, if you pay attention to them, you will help your wellness that much more. Okay, that's why this effort. Maybe somebody will catch some of these tips and then they will improve their wellness. Okay, that's what I'm doing, right? That's my passion about how to promote wellness. And of course, if you get ill, we are going to treat you. But can we prevent you from getting ill? That is the thrust of these kind of talks. I think many doctors are doing that. They use social media to promote what they are working on, how they are serving the public, and what kind of thing. I'm kind of more general about the general principles of paying attention to so many things we normally don't do. Many people don't take care of their wellness that much. They may do a part of it. They may eat better for a while, and then they go back to yo-yo syndrome, right? Sometimes they eat well, sometimes they don't. Many people are sedentary, and then they succumb to that bad energy, and then they don't get up and walk and just move. All those things they don't do. Exercise itself they don't, unless they have a athletic competition or some wedding or something like that, or actor or somebody. It's a job to be appearing well. They may not put that much energy out. They may be not really having the interest also, right? All those things happen. So that's where we are. If you guys have any questions, you are more than welcome to come and ask me those questions, and I'll be able to answer them. There's a lot of new people coming to New Vibe, and I love that. I'm following them, all of them that are new to me on my talks here. Um, so if you want to know anything about me or my work, or any questions on these tips of wellness, so you're more than welcome to come and talk to me about it. Okay. Okay, I will be doing the next one next Monday, 8 o'clock again. I'll bring up another tip, and it will continue for 2.5 months more. We're done only half a month, right? 15 days we have done so far, 3 weeks, right? Yeah, 15 days. And then it will continue for 60, altogether 60. So 45 days are left. Okay. Uh, have a nice day then, nice night, and enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you back on Monday. Maybe in the meantime, whenever I have the time during the weekend, or if I listen to somebody that appeals to me, I will pop up and I'll participate in the discussion. Thank you, and I'll see you on Monday again. Bye.